If you're a lawyer working in the securities law world, you're going to be working with some accountants. And those accountants are going to be working with some lawyers today on Zippy Point.
Quick Zips by Zippy Point.
Quick and dirty. I'm Brock Romanek, and I'm a big fan of yous. So given that my first job out of law school was working at the SEC, my first real exposure to accounts was there in the government. Each branch in Corp Fin, structured by the industries of the companies whose filings we reviewed, was nearly equally populated between accountants and lawyers. We lawyers would work alongside the accountants, each writing our own set of comments at the initial examiner level, and then having our superiors, lawyers, and accountants review our comments. And at the end, the accountants and lawyers' comments would be combined into one comment letter. Hold on, I have a dog to get. Say hello, Willa. Very cute. And although we had office mates, they always paired up lawyers and accounts. Never the twain shall meet. So we lawyers would work alongside the accountants, but we were not given much training in what they did, and vice versa. This might have changed somewhat over the years, so maybe it's different now, but maybe not. What was strange to me is that most of the managers in CorpFin are lawyers, and it's the accountants that give the most meaningful comments when reviewing SEC filings. Those accountant comments can stop a deal dead in the water with a single comment. It happens all the time. So the domination by lawyers in CorpFin in terms of management is curious. It may be more of a historical thing, or the fact that there are few accountants in the other divisions within the SEC. I'm not sure. I should say that it didn't feel like a competition in the least. This was not spy versus spy, at least to me. But since I'm a lawyer, I hardly noticed the imbalance in leadership. Perhaps the perspective of the accountants within CorpFin is different. Perhaps they notice and they care. I'll say that when you go in-house, there's at least parity. And I say at least because I would say that the CFO has more power than a company's general counsel at most companies. The controller also carries some real heft. And when it comes to outside advisors, I imagine the independent auditor is more important to a company than any one of its bevy of law firms or all of those law firms combined. The independent auditor is probably the most tightly connected outside party to a company's lifeblood other than the company's customers, or if they had like a major, huge customer, that would be right up there with the independent auditor. When working on a deal, a merger, an IPO, a secondary offering, it's the lawyers who tend to work the show while you're drafting the disclosure document, with the underwriters and auditors playing a more secondary role until it's time to market and sell the thing. And that's when the underwriters spring to life and do their job. Anyway, I love my accountant friends. Accountants are people too. I fondly remember going to the bar for the first time with a bunch of them back when I was at the SEC. And when the check came, one of them whipped out a calculator, this is before cell phones, and figured out what each person owed down to the penny. You owe $6.24. You had 2 drinks and a peanut butter apple. You owe $13.73. And no one batted an eye, other than me, of course. I still laugh about it. So I have a separate Vid-Guide about how lawyers can bone up and learn about what they need to know about auditing matters, about accounting. A link to that video is beneath this one. Let me know what you think.